Hello, welcome to the chapter number 3 drainage system of 11th geography. You have observed water flowing through the river, nalas, and even the channel during the rainy season, which drain excess water. Had this river not been there, large scale flooding would have occurred. Wherever channels are ill defined or it is choked, flooding is the common phenomenon. The flow of water through the well defined channel is known as drainage, and the network of such channel is called drainage system. The drainage pattern of an area is the outcome of geological time, nature, and other structure like rock, topography, slope, amount of water flowing, and the periodicity of the flow. Do you have a river nearby your village or a city? Have you ever been there for boating or bathing? Is it perennial or ephemeral? Perennial means flowing throughout the year. Ephemeral means it flows only during the rainy season and it gets dried up in other season. Do you know that the river flow in the same direction? You have studied about the slope in the other two textbook of the geography NCERT 2006. Can you then explain the reason for water flowing from one direction to other? Why do the river originating from the Himalaya in the northern India? Because we are having a glacier. And the Western Ghat because we are having a water storage there. And it is moving toward the Bay of Bengal because all the slope of Indian land is toward the Bay of Bengal. A river drains the water collected from the specific area, which are called catchment area. And area drained by river and its tributary is called drainage pattern and the boundary line. Let me explain you better. Here you can see this is the main river. This river is catching water from the nearby places. So this area from where these streams are coming and merging into the main river is called catchment area. Basins, the area which is created by these streams are called basins. I hope you got it. Now let us know the important drainage pattern. Important drainage pattern is the number 1 dendritic, which looks like a tree branch where the in the middle there is a main river and other rivers they are falling into this. So it is looking like a branch of a tree. So that is why it is a dendritic. Another one is the radial where there is a hill, glacier, and the water melted is flowing in all the direction. It somehow from the satellite looks like this. So it is a radial. The best example is in Amarkantak. Amarkantak is the best example for the radial. When the river discharge from the river is there, we know that the land slope is toward the Bay of Bengal. And next thing, we know the plain area. When there is depression, the river it get deposited, the water get deposited in this area. So this is known as centripetal. Separating one drainage basin from the other is known as watershed. Watershed over here means this is the area. You can see where this area is dividing the river. All the river which are originating, these are falling toward the Bay of Bengal here. But the river which are originating from this side means they have diverted two river to the other directions. So this area is known as watershed. The catchment of large river are called river basin, while those of small rivulet and rills are often referred to as watershed. There is, however, a slight difference between a river basin and the watershed. Watershed are small in area, while the basin cover large area. As I told you, the land made by the rivers are the river basins, where most of the water is we get for the irrigation from the river. River basin and the watershed are marked by unity. What happens in one part of the basin or watershed directly affect the other part and the unit as a whole. That is why they are accepted as the most appropriate micro, meso, and macro planning region. India drainage system may be divided on the various basis. On the basis of discharge of water means orientation to the sea. It may be grouped into two. Number 1, which falls in the Arabian and the second one is the Bay of Bengal drainage. They are separated from each other from the Delhi Ridge, the Aravalli, Shadri. Nearly 77% of the drainage area, consisting of Ganga, Brahmaputra, and Mahanadi, Krishna, etc., is oriented toward the Bay of Bengal, while 23% comprising the Indus and the Narmada, Tapi, Mahi, and the Periyar system discharge their water in the Arabian Sea. On the basis of the size of watershed, the drainage basin of India are grouped into three categories. Major river basin, more than 20,000 square kilometer of the catchment area. It is 14 drainage basins such as Ganga, Brahmaputra, Krishna, Tapi, Narmada, Mahi, Pennar, Sabarmati, and Barak, etc. Minimum river basin with catchment area between 2,000 to 20,000 square kilometer, incorporating 44 river basins such as Kalindi, Periyar, Meghna, etc. The minor river basin with the catchment area of less than 2,000 square kilometer include fairly good number of rivers flowing in the area of low rainfall. If you look at the figure 3.1, you can see that many rivers have their source in the Himalaya and discharge their water either in the Bay of Bengal or in the Arabian Sea. Identify these rivers, you can see from the map only. If you will go through the map, you will come to know. The Narmada and the Tapi are the two rivers which are exception. They, along with many small rivers, discharge their water in the Arabian Sea. Name this river of the western coastal region of the Konkan and Malabar coast on the basis of the mode of origin, nature, and the characteristic. The Indian drainage may also be classified into Himalayan drainage and the peninsular drainage, although it has the problem of including the Chambal, the Betwa, Son, etc., which are much older in the age and originate than the other river that they are origin in the Himalayas. It is the most accepted basis of classification. Hence, this scheme has been followed in this book. Drainage system of India. Indian drainage system consists of large number of small and big rivers. It is the outcome of evolutionary process of the three major physiographic unit of the nature and the characteristic of precipitation. The Himalayan drainage. The Himalayan drainage system have evolved through the long geological history. It mainly includes the Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra, since these are fed both by melting of snow and precipitation. Precipitation means falling of rain, and snow after melting it gets converted into the drainage. River in the system of perennial. These rivers pass through the giant gorge carved out of the erosional activity carried on simultaneously with the uplift of the Himalaya. Beside deep gorge, these rivers also form V-shaped valley, rapids, and waterfall in the mountain. V-shaped valley, this is the hill, and now this area from where the river is flowing is a V-shaped valley. Rapids, where water is coming, falling, coming, falling, coming, falling. So this is called rapid, okay, and waterfall at the one time when the water is coming and it is falling down, it is called waterfall. But in a continuity of waterfall, it is a rapid. While entering the plain, there are depositional features like flat valley, oxbow. You must have seen oxbow. It looks like this. Actually, when the river was flowing in a meander form, with the season, in a rainy season, it was flowing like this, but during the dry season, most of the river got disappeared, and this part, the remain part, it looks like a oxbow. So this is a oxbow lake. Floodplain. Braided channel. Braided channel means the channel which flows in a form of braid like this. This is a braided form. And delta near the river mouth. Here, when the river is flowing, it is bringing sediments and it is depositing here. So this is a triangular in shape, not exactly triangular but looks like a triangular. So this is a delta. Delta means triangle. The course of this river is highly tortuous, but over the plain they display the strong meander tendency and shift their course frequently. River Kosi, also known as Sorrow of Bihar. These are the very important thing in the point view of examination, that which river is known as Sorrow of Bihar. So it is a Kosi. Kosi brings huge quantity of sediment from the upper area and it deposits in the plain. The course gets blocked and consequently the river changes its course. Why does Kosi bring such huge quantity of sediment from the upper reaches? Do you think that the discharge of water in the river in general and Kosi in particular remains the same, or does it fluctuate? When does river course receives the maximum quantity of water? What are the positive and negative effect of the flooding? Obviously, when the water gets more during the when at that time when we receive highest rainfall at that time, and when we receive highest amount of water in a form of rainfall, we the river, it brings lots of sediments along with it. So that is why at some places it got chalked up, the river gets chalked up and flood occurs. Evolution of the Himalaya drainage. There are difference of opinion about the evolution of the Himalaya river. However, geologists believe that a mighty river called Shivalik or Indo-Brahma transfers the entire longitudinal extent of the Himalaya from the Assam to Punjab and onward to the Sindh, and finally discharge into the Gulf of Sindh near Lower Punjab during the Miocene period some 5 to 24 million years ago. The remarkable continuity of the Shivalik and its lacustrine origin, an alluvial deposit, consists of sand, silt, clay, boulder, conglomerates support this viewpoint. It is opinion that in due course of time Indo-Brahmaputra river was dismembered into three main drainage systems, the Indus and its five tributary in the western part, the Ganga and the Himalaya tributary in the central part, the stretch of Brahmaputra in Assam and its Himalaya tributary in eastern part. The dismemberment was probably due to the Pleistocene upheaval in the western Himalaya and including the upliftment of the Potwar Plateau, which acted as the water divide between Indus and Ganga drainage system. Likewise, the downthrusting of the Malda Gap between Rajmahal and Meghalaya Plateau during the mid-Pleistocene period diverted the Ganga and Brahmaputra system to flow toward the Bay of Bengal.